Hello and welcome to the Matrix Fitness live workout. My name is Gleed and today we're going to take you through a conditioning workout with 3 rounds of exercises. The first round is going to help strengthen you. The second round we're going to be working through your core, and the third round today is going to be focused on improving your fitness. I'll be with you every single repetition and I'm going to try and challenge you to push you to get you the best workout possible. Now you're going to need a little bit of space around today, and I have got a mat nearby me ready for our second round of exercises, which are going to be floor focused as well. So to begin with, let's get you warmed up. At the end, we'll take you for a cool down, and then in between, we just want you to work as hard as you can today. To begin with, just start to open up your arms, reaching across your body. In theory, what we're looking for here is just to create a bit of mobility around the shoulder joint. So working through the shoulder, the chest, and the back muscles. And also what we'd like to do now is just to start to get you to pivot. So rotating round from side to side, just to create a little bit of mobility for your ankles, hips, and upper back as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start to draw some blood into your thigh muscles, ready for some of our leg exercises. So just start to take your feet shoulder width apart, lower your hips down towards your heels, and just start to feel a little bit of that work coming into your thighs, just where we can start to prepare your body for doing some of those leg exercises and conditioning exercises we're going to have coming up. Now, at this point, what we're looking to do is just to prepare your body. So start to work a little bit deeper if you can through those squats now. And now let's take you into some lunges. What we're going to do is create a little bit of space. Can take a large step back, lower the back knee down towards the floor, step back up, and we're going to alternate from one side to the other. And all we're looking to do here is to keep equal weight through both feet, keeping your back straight, lower the back knee down towards the floor. And it's going to be an important exercise because this is going to come back, and you're going to see this exercise not only in the first round, but in the third round of exercise as well. So be familiar with this one, and you can always come back to this version of the exercise as well. Okay, let's start to get the heart rate up. Now I want you to imagine you've got a skipping rope, and we're just going to push you off the floor just so we can start to get your heart rates up. And then you can just start to, as that heart rate comes up, activate some of your calf muscles. So that way then we can start to be prepared for potentially adding in some of our high impact options and getting your heart rates to be a little bit higher as well. Let's get you to move from side to side with the feet. This will help you with change of direction. And also just to fire up a few more of those muscles around the feet, ready for potentially some of the balance exercises and some of the other movements that we're going to be doing as well. Let's just split the feet forwards and backwards. This will help prepare you for some of the more dynamic movements as well that we've got coming around the corner as options if you would like to do them as well. Okay, just relax there. Let's take you into a punch setting. So I want you to bring your hands up to the side of your head. You're going to jab, cross, jab. We're going to jump 180 degrees and then again jab, cross, jab. Each time you're coming back with those hands right next to your cheekbones. And as you start to throw those punches forwards, we're starting to connect your feet to your fists. So as you're throwing the punches, pivot off the feet, where we can actually start to then connect all of the muscles up through the whole of the body as we start to throw those punches forwards. Okay, just loosen those out a little bit. Let's take into a jumping jack. Arms are coming up around about shoulder height. Just continuing the heart rate to build up. This will just start to hopefully feel like your breathing is getting a little bit deeper. You can start to feel like all your muscles have woken up a little bit and they're ready for the exercises that we've got coming up. Okay, just loosen out the body. Now we're going to pivot the feet over to one side, reach your hands high. You're going to drive your knee up 3 times. Then we pivot over to the opposite direction and again drive your knee in those positions. Now we keep changing direction. Keep driving with that knee. Not only is it going to help prepare the joint for the movement, it will keep your heart rates up high, especially with those arms reaching up over the head, and it will really help you in the mobility movements that we're going to need as well. Let's do those last ones each side. And then I'm going to show you the first exercise as well. Now, the first exercise is called a squat cross jump. So you're going to squat down with your hands just about touching the floor. You're going to jump, cross the feet over, and then over to the opposite side. So each time you come down to this position, try and keep your back straight and your hips go quite low. We'll be doing 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds recovery, and then we'll go on to a new exercise. Let's get you working straight away. 45 seconds of work. The time has already started. I want you to do as many repetitions as you can. If you feel that this jumping movement is too aggressive for you, or it doesn't feel comfortable at any time, that's not a problem. Just take yourself into a basic squat, just like we did in our warm-up. And that way then you can start to get your work in at a level that suits your capabilities and also your goals for today's workout. As much as I'm going to lead you through the exercises, I want you to work to whatever level of intensity feels comfortable for you as well. Last 5 seconds here. You can start to hopefully feel like your heart rates and all your muscles are working now. Let's relax there. Let's get you ready down onto the floor. The second exercise we're going to have a look at is going to be a bear crawl. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips, lifting your knees off the floor, opposite arm and opposite leg, move forwards at the same time. Now, once you get to a certain range of movement and you run out of space, start taking yourself backwards and then just keep repeating forwards and backwards movements, trying to keep your back straight. Eyes looking down towards the floor. Imagine there was a tray of drinks on your back. You're trying to keep those drinks with all the fluid contained in them so they don't spill everywhere, and just maintaining that good, strong, active position. So you're working through the arms, working through the legs, and the core, everything from your legs and your arms is all connected and all working as well. Keep that control, keep working. Okay, relax there. Now, let's bring you into a lunge position. Now, this movement is going to take you into a forward lunge, into a backward lunge, but it's the same leg that's going to stay where it is, okay? So pick one leg to work off. Imagine it's glued to the floor. Step over the top, large step back into that lunge position. So this is a great exercise for controlled movement. Your heart rates will not necessarily go high, but the muscles will start to work and start to burn very slightly around your thighs. Now remember, if you don't feel comfortable doing this movement where it's all the way over the top on your knees, that's absolutely fine. Like we did in the warm-up, take yourself into that step back lunge and just alternate the legs if you want to. Now we're sticking with just doing one leg and pivoting over the top of it. We need to make sure we understand which foot is down on the floor at the moment, and we'll swap it over as we come around those exercises again. So now we return back to our squat cross jump. So we jump up and back and reset. That's the first exercise we're going to do. Then the bear crawl, and then we'll do the step over lunge on the opposite side. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's get your heart rates up again. This is the time where if you didn't explore that jump option first time, this is where you can really start to create some power in the legs by adding it in now. So keep that range of movement going. Keep the speed up. I want you working as hard as you feel as if you can. After this movement, remember we're down onto the floor doing the bear crawl, so the heart rates will start to drop there. So if you can find yourself a little bit breathless because you're working so quickly, that would be great. With just over 5 seconds to go, the last few repetitions, work right up to the end, and when you hear that beep, that's when you're done. Great job. Okay, let's get ready for those bear crawls again then. Now, if you don't have much space, that's not a problem. Work with whatever range of movement you've got available to you. Let's get you set up in 5 seconds. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees off the floor, opposite hand and opposite foot. Trying to keep your back as level as possible. This is where body weight exercises become really good, because it's all about moving with good quality, slow, controlled movement. It's nice to take all impact away from the body and just work on conditioning exercises like this. It's a bit like doing an outdoor boot camp, but in the comfort of your own home or garden, where you can start to replicate some of the moves. You don't really need any equipment at all to work out. So these are great ways of giving you a challenge. Okay, now making sure that you know which foot is going to be forwards or backwards. And this time what we do, same action, stepping forwards and backwards, that same leg. I'm going to change sides so that way then I know which foot to be working. And we're going to make sure you take that large step forwards, large step backwards, making sure that your weight is equal through both feet when you've lunged forwards and backwards. So you can even take a second just to pause at the end range of movement, just to make sure that your technique has been good and you are equally balanced through both legs. Now I'm taking my back knee all the way down to the floor, just so it touches the floor gently. I want you to explore the deepest range that you feel comfortable to do. So if you don't want to take your knee all the way down to the floor, that's fine, but make sure the weight is equal through both feet. Just 10 seconds left to go. Then we're going to take you down onto the floor. I'm going to grab my mat, so if you've got one nearby, start looking out for that now. Let's get you set up. Now the first exercise is going to be a mountain climber. So we're going to get that mat led down onto the floor. We're going to be on your fronts in a press-up position, bringing your knee underneath your stomach and your chest. So up into that press-up position, and I'll just start thinking about climbing your knees underneath the stomach and chest, and then bring them back out to that strong plank position. You'll feel the heart rate's coming down again, and that's absolutely fine. This is all about core focus now. A strong core not only helps protect your lower back and keeps it strong, always about maintaining that quality of interaction between all the core muscles so that you can have a strong, firm foundation to then build abdominal strength upon as well. Just over 5 seconds to go. Keep this climbing action going. Then we're going to have a lie down on your side for a side V-sit. Let's bring you down to the floor. Now I'm going to lie flat down on my side. I'm going to think about pretending my feet are glued together, and I'm going to keep one hand in contact with the floor. The other hand is going to go to the side of my head, and I'm going to bring my feet and my elbow into the midline of my body and then lie flat. So let's get you working again. Start to think about reaching towards the center. Now, the longer the legs are, the harder it's going to be. So if you wanted to make it slightly easier, bringing your knees into a bent position just means that your legs haven't got so long, and that length of the body is really what makes the exercise more challenging as well. Try and increase that range of movement. I am using the hand flattened onto the floor to help create a little bit of force. So if I push into the floor, it allows me to get up a little bit higher as well. And that's fine to do. It's just about working with the length of your body and keeping that good range of movement going as well. Okay, rest here. We're going to swap over to the opposite side. Now, you can simply turn over if you'd like to. I'm going to swap sides so you can see my technique. Flatten yourself down onto the floor. 5 seconds left to go. 3, 2, let's go. Reach up, lie yourself back down. So again, I'm using the hand on the floor as a base of support to work on. I've got my feet stuck together, and I'm trying to lift the feet up as high as I can as I bring my elbow towards my hip, or certainly towards the midline of the body as well. Keep that range of movement long and strong with the legs, and as much range as you can physically do on your body as well. Keep that range of movement going. You've got just 15 seconds left to go. This is where you might feel like you need to take a little rest, and if you do, that's absolutely fine. Just try and join back in as soon as you can so you keep the range of movement. Keep working. Last couple of seconds. And relax there. Okay, so let's do those 3 exercises again. The mountain climb is the first one. So into a press-up position. We've got just over 5 seconds to start. When you're doing this press-up position, think about bringing your shoulder blades back and down, and then start to walk the knees underneath the stomach and the chest into this mountain climber. Now, there may be some of you which want to move very quickly. The problem with moving quickly is you start to let your hips go high, and you start to lose the form. Think of it as a mountain climb. If you were climbing up a mountain, it would be very much one foot in front of the other, a slow, steady, rhythmic movement where you're moving uphill, working hard as well. It's not about trying to move you quickly, where you just start to work hard and quick without maintaining this engagement of the muscles as well. This is where the core really starts to become stronger and more stable as well. It's a really good exercise for that movement. Okay, and rest here. Let's get you to lie down, ready for those V-sits again. So hand flattened onto the floor, legs stuck together like glue. Hand to the side of the head. We're going to lift up off the floor, bringing your body into the midline of the body, and then lower yourself back down. So again, it's about getting the shoulders off the floor. Use the hand on the floor to help support you. Bring your elbow to the midline of the body, keeping those legs long. Good work. Okay, so we're just coming up to halfway. Trying to increase that range of movement if you can. Think about exhaling as you come in together, inhaling as you lower yourself back down. So breathe out as you come together, breathe in as you lower yourself back down. That way then you can get rid of all the air in the lungs as you try and crunch your body in half and then back down again. And breathe in, breathe out as you crunch, breathe in. Okay, let's swap you over to your opposite side. Exactly the same movement. You can simply turn over if that feels more comfortable for you. Let's get you set up. We're going in 5 seconds time. So this is where the recovery feels quite nice. Feet stuck together, hand to the side of your head. Let's go again. Now remember the option, bending the knees if you need to. Think about your breathing. Exhale as you bring yourself together. Inhale as you lower yourself back down towards the floor. And then exhale with every effort that you're working on. So just as a reminder, once we've done this exercise, that will complete our second round of exercises. And then we're going to move on to that third round. Now, the third round is where we really want to challenge your fitness. So I'm going to set you up a series of exercises, and I just want you to work as hard as you can in them. And I'm going to give you some variance in terms of how many repetitions you do. I want you to try to work and listen to the challenge that I've got for you as well. Okay, and relax there. Let's get rid of the mats, move them out the way. We want them for the cool down if you've got them available, so let's keep them fairly nearby, but creating a little bit of space. Now, the first movement you're going to do is a mogul. So this is where you jump your feet in one direction, hands in the other. We're going to do around about 6 of these. Let's get you moving. And then we're going to go down to the floor for a press up. So the press up can be on the knees, or it can be on the toes. Once you've done 2 press ups, bring yourself back up, and let's get you into that mogul again. So the mogul is where the arms move across your body and then down into a press-up position. And again, you've got the options of doing it on your knees or on your toes. So 6 of one, 2 of the other, 6 moguls. And again, if you want to do up to 10, that's absolutely fine. Then down into that press-up position. So it's just about creating a little bit of rhythm on this bounce and then breaking the rhythm to take you down to the floor. This will give you the effect of getting your heart rates up. And then what will happen is you'll break the heart rate, will start to come down as you do those press ups. Okay, next exercise is a power lunge. So in this deep lunge position, you're going to jump and swap your feet over in position. If that's not looking comfortable for you, just take yourself into that step back lunge like we did earlier. So here's the option, the power lunge or a step back lunge like we've done in the warm up, or potentially even that step over lunge like we did in the first round as well. So you've got options. If you're with me doing the power lunge, just take a second at the bottom of the movement just to pause, make sure that the legs are really fired, they've stabilized, and then jump into the opposite position. Now you're just over halfway, coming down to just 15 seconds to go. Don't worry too much about the speed. I'm looking for that balance in between. But if you want to start moving quicker than me, that's absolutely fine. See how many times you can overtake me, but make sure your technique follows the same sort of standards as mine. Okay, relax there. The last exercise we're going to do is called a breakdown. This is coming from our American football. This is where you're running on the spot. When I say the words go, you're going to touch the floor and bring yourself back into that running position. Let's get going. So running on the spot. Go, touch the floor, now come back as quick as possible. I want you in this athletic position, a slight bend in the knees and the hips, arms out in front of you. Go, touch the floor, come back. Keep moving as quick as you can. Keep those feet running on the spot. Move them as quick as possible. Go, once you touch the floor, come back up as quick as possible. Now see if the next time I say that magic word, you can get your hips down towards the floor a little bit quicker and a little bit lower. Go, touch and come back. Good. See if you can beat me to get back up onto my feet. Go. Good work. Okay, let's get you running on those toes. Last 5 seconds. A little sprint to the finish line. A little bit quicker for me. And relax there. Okay, just shake those legs out. We do all 3 of those exercises again. The mogul bounce, 6 to 10 repetitions, then 2 press-ups, the power lunges, and the breaks down to finish. Starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. So once you've got those 6 to 10 moguls in, down to the floor for your press-ups. Then bring yourself back up. And again, get into that rhythm. Once you get pushing off your feet, break the rhythm by going down towards the floor. So if you want to do a little bit more upper body strength and you want to put in a few more press-ups, that's fine. If you want the regression, where you do your press-ups on your knees, also fine. I just want you to follow the routine as to how hard you want to make it. That's up to you. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Relax there. Okay, let's get you ready for those power lunges to finish with. Then the breakdowns will really hopefully get your heart rates to its highest point today. You've got 5 seconds before these power lunges start. Time to really push your fitness if you can. Remember the regressions if you want them. Let's get you working. So big, powerful jump. A little pause at the bottom of the movement just to maintain control. If you want to move quicker than me, that's absolutely fine. Just try to maintain the form. I always like to have that little pause at the bottom just to make sure that I'm stable and all the muscles are engaged and I'm in that strong end position. But if you want to move quickly and power is really your game, you go for it. 15 seconds of work to go. I know your legs are going to be burning now. Mine are too. This is the 3rd time today we've done this, so keep working strong. You will get that tone and conditioning work that you're looking for. And relax there. Okay, breakdowns to finish. Give those legs a little bit of a shake. So really quick footwork here, okay? Beyond the balls of the feet. So kind of heels off the floor, running on the spot. Make sure your weight is equal between both feet as you transition from side to side. Let's go. So running on the spot, go. Touch the floor, come back to me as quick as possible. Keep that speed up now. Keep running on the spot as quick as you can. Go. Touch the floor, come back. As quick as possible. Keep the speed, keep the speed, keep the speed. Go. Now remember to try and keep the hips down low when you do that little squat. Don't just lean forwards. Drop your butt to the floor. Go. Come back as quick as you can. It's like a reaction drill. As soon as I say that magic word, that's when you go. Touch the floor and come back as quick as possible. Just over 10 seconds to go. Speed it up for me. Give me a big sprint finish. Go. 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 Okay, last 3 seconds. Go, 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 go. And relax there. Oh, well done. Okay, I'm going to grab the mat, get myself set up for a little bit of yoga here. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. And we're going to get you down into an up dog and down dog position. So to begin with, hands underneath the shoulders, lowering your hips towards the floor. Eyes look up. I've got my knees rested on the floor and I'm just going to roll the shoulders back. Start to feel a stretch through the front of the hips, through the lower back as well. Now we're going to make sure that the toes are tucked under. I'm going to push my hands into the floor, lift my hips up high. So my eyes start to look towards the toes. I'm just going to slowly start to walk my heels. This will not only help stretch out the calves, but just start to ease through a little bit of this position, working through the shoulders, developing the lower body. Okay, just rest there. Let's bring your hips forwards again. Eyes look up. Now this time I'm not going to let my knees touch the floor. I'm going to keep that stretch coming through the front of the hip. Eyes look up, shoulders rolled back. And again, from here, we're going to push to downward facing dog. So transfer the weight backwards. I'm just going to hold this position again. Take your time, just breathe through here. Now do me a favor, just lift one leg up. Now that leg that you've lifted is going to swing forwards close towards the hand. Now if it hasn't quite got there, start to adjust the foot. And then when you're ready, reach the hand up high, lengthen through. I want you to think about reaching your thumb all the way up into the sky, reaching tall, and then slowly bring the hand down inside your foot, step back to downward facing dog, and then opposite foot comes up to the opposite side, and again, reach that thumb up high, get more height if you can, push the back heel away from the rest of your body, so you really start to lengthen out the distance between the feet and also the hands. Now bring the hand back down inside your foot, step back to downward facing dog. Now this time we're going to just lower your knees towards the floor. I'm going to lower my hips towards my heels, bringing my big toes close together. And I'm just going to walk my fingertips forwards. So I start to develop this long stretch down the sides of my shoulders, all the way down my back. It just feels like a nice long stretch through that posterior position of the body. Now we're going to bring you back up to a standing position. So bring your hands next to your knees, transfer your weight onto your feet, and then slowly roll up for your spine. Just loosen yourself up. Great job. Now we're going to take yourself into a balanced position. So if you want to hold on to something, then please do. Just take hold of one foot, bring your knees close together. And I want you to create this balanced position standing tall. Think about pushing the front of your hip forwards. Think about pushing the foot into the palm of your hand. And as you start to think about those, you should start to feel that that thigh stretches a little bit more. Now, when you're ready, slowly release that and we'll swap it over to the opposite side. So again, a slight bend in the standing foot. Push through the front of the hip forwards. Push the foot into the palm of your hand just so you develop that stretch a little further. And when you're ready, slowly bring it down. Now wrap your arms around a giant inflatable ball. Bit of imagination involved here. Think about that ball inflating so that distance starts to wrap around a little bit further. So your elbows are getting further apart and the hands are going further away from your chest. So you feel a nice stretch across the upper back. Now bring the hands behind you. Lift your chin and chest tall as you bring the hands a little bit further away from the lower back. Now start to hold that stretch and we'll start to really feel a long movement all the way through the shoulders and the chest. Excellent. Just release it there. Thank you very much for joining me in this Matrix Fitness workout. We will be back on Thursday at 7:45 in the morning, at 12 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the evening as well. So if I don't see you before then, thank you very much for joining us and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.